Great.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and we're calling the meeting today at 3:30 promptly. And can we approve, did everybody have a chance to read the minutes from March 8th?
I did make 2 changes to the minutes at Chris's recommendation. One, she asked that we list members not present, and the other thing was that the very first thing on the agenda said that there was a motion made for the minutes, but it never said that it passed, so I just corrected those.
Okay, so sorry, that was probably my fault.
No,
Okay,
that was us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're good?
Yes.
All right, so everybody heard the changes? Okay, do we have a motion to accept?
Sure.
Second?
Second.
All in
That's a
favor?
motion, sure.
Yep, motion, sorry.
Second.
In favor? Thank you very much, Ralph.
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. Okay. So now we have a report from the COA. Ralph?
Okay, first thing I'd like to do is recommend that people sign up to get the program from COA. There is so much stuff in here that it's impossible to digest it, you know, for this purposes here. But I would like to emphasize that it's a free option, free circular, and it's easy to sign up for, and people should do it. Quickly, I want to highlight a couple things. There's all kinds of fitness programs, number one, that should be available, that are available to people that they should know about. And again, there are too many to talk about here. There is a scam workshop coming up next Tuesday, which I think is a pretty good idea. One of the police officers from Harwich is going to talk about folks who are being scammed, have been scammed, or how to prevent being scammed. So you need to sign up to register with the COA. That's at 1 o'clock on Tuesday the 16th. Technology support, something I could use personally, but they have tech support by Cape Cod Kids, the young students over there, they're available. And generally there are other volunteers who are available to help with technological problems. So I should be signing up for all of that, but I'm not doing it. So, the other thing I wanted to mention was there's a wellness and blood pressure clinic that's available to all folks with a town nurse. That's on Wednesdays at 9:30 and Mondays at 4 o'clock. Legal assistance on April 24. There's one more in the next couple months. April 24 at 1 o'clock. Anybody with a legal question is a lawyer who has volunteered to answer some of those questions. Foot care clinic, which is available Wednesdays and I guess just Wednesdays. But again, there's one more of those on April 24th, and again, that's available to seniors. Fuel assistance, which now, of course, is pretty important. Assistance is offered here in signing up for fuel assistance, which is kind of a complicated affair. I've done it in the past, and it's a nuisance. Blood screening, this is fairly important. I think there's a blood screening coming up, the Community Wellness Fair on April 27. Nurses from the county health department will be offering blood sugar and cholesterol screening, bone density testing, and others. Again, that's the kind of thing that's very valuable to seniors and available here.
Is it here at the community center?
It's here at the community center, yeah. Sujacel is operating.
Is it the 27th? Is it, you sure it's not at the 204?
Yeah.
It's April 27, right.
At the 204.
At 204 or the community center? No.
I thought it was here.
I think it might be 204.
Yeah, we're participating. It's at the 204.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, that wasn't specified here.
Yeah.
And then there's a discussion of hepatitis, which of course is a real problem locally and with seniors. That's on April 22nd. And I don't know whether is that here or 204, do we know?
I believe that's here.
Yeah.
Here, okay. Again, April 22nd at 12:30. And that really is about all that I can offer from the COA.
That's great, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Any questions for Ralph, any updates?
No, nice,
But
Ralph.
again, get the screening, get the Council on Aging news, it's wonderful.
Thank you. Yep. Okay, the next one, we're over to, Van?
Yeah, just a quick update on a couple of things. We're pleased to report that on April 23rd, we have John Losey coming in to be our new program specialist. He is replacing Sue Frazier, who has been with the Rec Commission for over 36 years, and she's done a hell of a job for her, excuse my English, but we're very pleased that we have a replacement, and hopefully we can get him going and get ready for the summer programs that we have. We're currently interviewing summer help, lifeguards, gatekeepers, and playground specialists, and so on. We're having a meeting at the end of the month, and we're going to be talking about a splash pad. That's still in the works, and we have a representative from the splash pad company that did the one over at Yarmouth. He's coming in to give us an update as to what's all about, the cost, the maintenance, and all of the nuances of putting a splash pad in. I think that right now we did a survey on the community center and Brooks Park, and it seems that it was almost pretty close, but I guess the overwhelming support so far is putting it at Brooks Park somewhere. We're looking at an area behind the tennis courts and the first pickleball area. There's some land there that we're going to be looking at. But again, it's all up to the contractor. He may determine that there is not enough room to do it. It's not feasible. There are issues that you have to deal with, and if those issues are too serious and too expensive, we may look at another area. But that's one of the main things that we're looking at right now, beside the help that we're looking to get. So if any of you folks have kids that are 14 and up and looking for jobs, come in and let Eric know. We're interviewing now for all of the various positions that we have. So we're ready to go. Otherwise, we're looking forward to the circus.
Thank you.
And
What's a splash pad?
splash pad is a concrete slab with little pipes of water spurting up like kids run through them.
Like a giant sprinkler.
Yeah.
They have them at the Boston Commons
Yeah,
and
the
Yarmouth
city.
and Mashpee has one and so on. Different sizes,
Right.
different sizes, different hoses and pipes and so on and so forth. The one over at Yarmouth was done through a grant, I believe. They got some money, but most of it was through grant money.
Yeah.
So we're looking at all of those to see if we can enhance the program by cost saving.
That's good. That's good.
So that's where we are with that.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Is the rec seeking CPC money for that, I would assume?
Not right now.
Gotcha.
We're still in the early stages. We're still thinking and investigating, researching different splash pads, different companies. We want to get down to the nuances of the cost, the maintenance, what it's going to cost for maintenance.
Right.
The water bills, the water usage, there's a lot to it.
Sure.
And so we just don't want to go ahead with this thing until we really feel comfortable that this is the thing, this is the project we want to pursue. And then we'll probably look at CPC as part of funding for that.
Great.
Although
That's
CPC monies are getting very limited these days. There are so many,
It's my
they're
project.
changing the formulas. There's a potential change, as I understand, going from $3 to $2. And this would reduce the amount of money coming into the town. All towns, all 351 cities and towns will be getting less resources from the state through CPC. So, and there are other priorities out there, so we have to just be patient and see where we go with it.
Great.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, man.
Any other questions for? No. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, now we're over to old business. Carol?
Thanks. The first one is your budget update. There is no update. Everything has gone through. It has been through the select board and through the finance committee. And to my understanding, nothing has been cut from our budget.
And it's
Fingers crossed.
it's in Article 4, right, of the
Correct,
town meeting.
correct. The whole town budget is in there. So usually at this meeting, if something has come out or they had additional questions, I would let you know, but
Good.
knock on some wood, I
Yep.
think we answered everything that they had, so.
It was a great presentation, and I'm sure there's no questions.
Yeah, well,
Have you gotten any feedback or sense of how much money I understand we're in a serious shortfall in terms of funding for many of these projects and programs and staffing and so on and so forth. Have you heard anything about
I have not heard anything
where
about
we
that.
are with the dollars in this town?
I have not.
I
I
bumped
do
into Peter
attend
Hughes
the
the other day, and he
meetings.
mentioned that the town is really having some difficulties with the funding process.
I think one of the difficulties was that the budget message was 1.2 or 2%, and it's come in at 8.1.
Yeah.
So I think town meeting might be lively.
I have not heard
I think
anything
the
specific.
school budget's up there again, asking for more money, a lot more money, as I understand it. So we'll see what happens at town meeting.
Should be interesting. Okay.
The next on your old business is weight room fees. You have in your packet both the revolving fund. We are required by the town administrator to submit revolving fund quarterly reports. We do it every 3 months, so I send them to you. I do know they appear in the select board packet, but I always like you to have the information. We did use this as part of our jumping off point for the conversation about the weight room. We had gone back more than a year to see where we were, and we were falling short, as I have reported to you in the revolving fund. Reagan and I had meetings, invited people in. We had one during the day, one in the evening. I will say I thought they were well received. People had a lot to say. Reagan was kind enough to write up the information about what people were looking for and talking about. I did say that I would try and do everything I could before raising the fees, and I believe I am there.
Yeah.
I would like to see if this board would like to have a conversation, and then if we could ask the select board about raising the fees. And I think, I feel pretty confident that if we went from $15 to $20 for the 30-day period, we would cover what we need to cover. But, so I remain open to answer any questions.
I just like to make a comment on it. I think it's, probably overdue, the increase. I think obviously you've done a lot to not have to increase the funds, because obviously we want to make the weight room as accessible as we can
Absolutely.
to everybody in the community. But I think the fact that we can pay monthly is a huge advantage to folks, because again, you're not requiring somebody to buy a year membership.
Right.
If somebody comes in and does a month and then they're off to Florida for a month, they're not paying for that month that's not used.
Correct.
So it's, I think that's a benefit. If you broke it down and looked at, well, you had to pay a 1-year membership, I think the cost would be even higher for folks. So, I think the way you have it structured is fair and reasonable, and I think, the increase to help cover some of these shortfalls is overdue.
And the money raised, as you all know, more for the public, is only used for weight room. Just when I think we're doing great, I just recently got a bill for our treadmill, which needed repair, to the tune of $900. And people say, was it worth it? But the cost of a treadmill, trust me, $900 was
Yeah.
well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we have great equipment, nice people working out in the weight room. It's a reason for people to come. I don't want to make it too expensive, but I do want us to cover our cost. And some people love the idea of monthly, and some others really want to pay yearly. So as I promised them in the meeting, I will investigate both and see if we can do both for them. If you choose to pay yearly, there will be no refund. I was very clear about that,
Right.
because that's where we got into trouble before. But if it's easier for you to just pay once, I'm happy to investigate that. So
Have you had the opportunity to get a sense as to the users? Are they willing to put out the additional amount of money?
we held 2 meetings, and I think there
mean-
was one person that was We-
There's
you
no
know,
pushback on them, no.
Very little.
very little. And I've gone into the weight room to talk to people who couldn't come to the meeting. People have stopped by to see me, so, I never want anything that we're talking about or that we're thinking about to be a surprise to anyone. So I don't think there's a person who doesn't know that we've been talking. We posted it in our newsletter, we put it up in the weight rooms.
So there is some support for the increase.
I think so. You know, people don't always love to have
course.
increase, but
course.
they understood and they had the information in front of them.
Are you looking
so.
for a motion to support?
I would like that because the next step is that we, as you know, only the select board sets fees, so we would have to go from here to them.
Yeah.
I will make a motion that we support the request for an increase of the use of the weight room to move it forward to the Board of Selectmen.
Okay.
Second,
Select board.
Okay, and can we vote?
I think so,
How many in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous?
yeah,
Thank you.
Can send it to the select board, excuse me.
I know.
I
We'll
get the
it.
same thing, Angela. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't
Nice.
get.
Yeah, I should know better. Okay. Next year's room schedule?
We have sent out to everyone, all of the clubs and organizations, and we have all but 13 back, I think, of the people who utilize it every year. We are, I'm going to say about 80% finished. It really is like a big puzzle fitting everyone in. We want to make sure we get as many people in as possible. So I anticipate that being done the beginning of May, which would work out perfectly. Everyone will get their confirmations, and then it just becomes a one-off of people needing extra dates and extra times. But we are right on schedule where we need to be. It is a long process. Everyone is involved. We put them in, we check them, we double check them, and then we check them one more time. The one thing we don't ever want to do is miss someone's request and they think they're having a meeting and we don't
Was
have
there
it.
a slight increase this year?
There was not.
No increase at
It was
all?
exactly the same as it was.
Well, there was some discussion about the potential of an increase if I recall.
That was last
Yeah.
year,
the
but
last-
not for this year, no.
Not for this
Right.
fiscal year, okay.
It's good. All right.
Nice.
It's good that the building's being utilized. So
It
this
is being
great.
utilized. It
Yeah,
was-
no question about
Yes,
that.
that's a good thing.
It is for sure.
Okay.
Madam Chair, under old business, can I add something or is it too late?
Sure.
Where are we with Smirkus? What's the latest on that?
Okay, we are really excited from the Harwich Children's Fund point of view. We got through everything, all the little hurdles and things that we had to deal with. DPW is on board with us. They've spoken numerous times with the circus people to iron out the problems, because we had a little bit of a scare, but we're okay. So we're on board now. Everybody in the town is helping us. We've had tremendous support from all the other town leaders. So from police, fire, community, Joe Powers, we've hit them all. We did everything we were required to do. So we're in the process now of just filling out the permits and things of that nature. And we are taking a $1 million policy out. And the insurance company asked us not to fill that out until June. So once we do that, we will send the copy over to the recreation so that they can see everything that's on there. So far, so good.
And the date, Ange?
The show is going to be on July 17th, which is a Wednesday, and Thursday, July 18th. And there are 2 shows a day, 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Nice.
Where is
And
it being held?
Behind the community
Outdoors?
center, outdoors. So, there was an issue with the tents and stuff going up, but we managed to work things out and everybody was trying to support us as best they could. So,
Nice.
we're just praying everything goes well and everybody's happy.
Angela, is there any further pushback by the highway in terms of their worrying about the trucks being?
We only had one scare last week, so I did CC you just so you could see the letter we sent. But
They're concerned, I think, as I understand it, about 30 trucks or so are gonna be in and out of that place, and if it rains, there's gonna be some serious problems with, from what I understand.
well, we
there'll
were
be some-
trying to work out everything so that we could keep the vast majority of the trucks on what do you call it? The outside of the, what do you call it, outside of the field.
The skirt end
It's,
of
yeah,
this,
the
yeah.
skirt section. So we left them to work that out with the circus people because it was going back and forth, back and forth. So
Yeah.
we think we've worked everything out.
Good.
Circus people were concerned and told us, well, if it's not gonna work for you guys, find another spot. And we had to explain to them we could not find another spot in the town of Harwich. We've tried everything. So,
What's your story with the land across the street? The school department, all that land out in front of the building?
well, Brian from the DPW said the same problem. He said it's this exact same soil or issue. So it wasn't a,
It's a soil issue?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
If the trucks, if it's wet and the trucks,
yeah.
those 18-wheelers get down in there, they're concerned about the grass and about the sprinkler system and everything else, I guess, from what I understand.
yeah. And there's no other spot that we could do it. I mean, even when we looked behind 204, parking was a major problem right there. You know, so,
I'm glad to see you're able to get over those hurdles because it's an exciting event for
Yeah, it
the
was
whole
real-
community. It's
well,
nice
that-
to see
yeah, yeah.
you know, that space being used in the summer for the whole community to benefit. It's great.
Yeah.
Excited for it.
And it's really kind of nice because so many of the people in the community have been coming forward. They were all excited. They're
That's
writing
something
to
new and
us
different and-
something new and different.
Yeah,
And
it's
we're
great.
hoping that all of the businesses will benefit too, because we're going to be
Oh,
trying
sure.
to advertise for the restaurants and stuff like that. So
Wonderful.
When are the tickets go on sale?
May 1st,
May 1st.
May 1st, and
$40 for adults?
$40 for an adult, $25 for children.
Children.
Under 2 is free. And we are working out now the X number of free tickets that are going to be going for children in need, not only in the schools, but also in the recreation department. So, you know, we're trying to get it so that everybody can enjoy it. and
Sounds like
participate.
it's worth a little grass seed if needed afterwards.
That was
Hopefully
my
not-
opinion, but
hopefully not-
I
hopefully
see
not
the
needed,
grass
but-
differently than other people do.
Angela, I was at rehab the other,
That's
not
great.
too long ago, and I'm doing my rehabbing, and there was a woman I was talking about Harwich, and I said, we got the circus coming. Oh, really? When are they coming, and how much does it cost?
Yeah.
She said, I'm gonna let all the ladies know about
Well,
the
this
circus.
is good, this is
Yeah.
good. So, thank you for your
glad you
support, and
asked.
thank you from the community center for your support too, and everybody else.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay, so we're up next. Sorry, we're over now to new business. Carolyn,
I
sorry.
have town meeting on there because by our next meeting, it will have already happened.
It
So
will,
I just like
won't
to
it?
remind everyone, town meeting is scheduled for May 6th. It is the opportunity for everyone to come and participate in government at its finest. So,
And Rick has an item on, beach AED equipment, right? So we have to think positively
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
And then what about the senior memorial softball field? There's money in there, it's
Yeah.
on also.
Yes, that's for the bathroom facility.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask
We're
us to
trying to get a
vote for it, I
bathroom
think.
facility down there for the last 20 years. And
That's so
the,
good.
the senior softball league is donating $20,000 towards
Oh,
the
nice.
project.
That's great.
Yeah, they've committed that kind of money for,
Well, it's needed.
because the bids are gonna be high, so we said we'll help offset the
So,
cost.
Yeah,
So
nice.
we committed 20,000 to
That
that
would be
project.
great. Well needed, yeah.
yeah.
All the
Okay,
girls have been asking for it, you know, the high school Monomoy girls have been asking for it
over 30 years.
over 30 years. I
And the
mean,
press box too.
and the press box too,
Yeah,
yeah.
I forgot that one. Nice.
Yeah, we bought 15 ADAs, you know, the defibrillators. They're at all our fields.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. Okay, any,
Under new business,
I'm sorry,
very
yeah.
quickly, there is a movement from a young lady from Yarmouth, I guess there's a committee from Yarmouth and Harwich and so on. They want to build a swimming pool.
right,
And they're out trying to raise money and trying to get some of the support from the various communities to hopefully get some, to collaborate with some CPC monies from each of the towns to be able to see if they can get this thing moving. Right now, I understand Yarmouth has not, the Yarmouth Rec and the Board of Selectmen have not supported the project to date. We have not taken any action on it either. It's under advisement right now because there are so many little issues that have to, not issues, big issues that have to be satisfied, and we're just not at that point yet. they've met with us twice, and we just listened and took it under advisement. But they got a long way to go. They're looking for land.
Yeah.
They're looking for a place to be able to house this facility. They're talking about an open space one vis-a-vis one that's covered, so they're still back in the early stages of the whole project, so.
They have a survey out. I
Yeah.
know it showed up on Facebook
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
So that's,
Sorry, at least they're thinking ahead.
yeah.
Okay. Any other questions before we move on? Okay. Karen, we're back to you, buddy.
So in your packet,
Yep.
as always, you have the newsletter for this month, and I will say that I was looking for, it should be the very last thing in your packet.
Yeah.
I was looking for information for someone about our newsletter, and we give it out to about 600 people. Isn't
No.
that fabulous?
That's wonderful.
Like, it's wonderful. So people are definitely utilizing it and reading and asking to put information in there. So we're happy to be doing that. Again, for people, you can sign up. We will email it directly to you. We do not mail it. I just don't have the money for the postage. We do print them, and they are here at the Chamber of Commerce and in the library. So happy to be providing that service, and it truly is a team effort. Everyone writes articles and people contribute, so, and I think this one,
And he's in here.
Keith is in this
Oh,
one.
yes,
Wow,
yes.
how'd that happen?
I'm very impressed.
Some mild peer pressure associated with that. My mother was happy to show me that she read it, so. I said, I know I've made the big time when I'm in the Harwich community. Center,
Amen.
so-
Stop right there. That's
Yeah.
right.
So,
Carolyn, can anyone put any articles in this newsletter?
We reserve the right to approve them.
Okay.
So
For example, the Senior Softball League,
they get us the information, and it's not.
Controversial.
they're doing,
That's a nice way
Yeah,
to
not
say it.
they're doing a lot of recruiting right now.
Yeah, as long as it's not demeaning to anyone, we're pretty open about what goes in there, but we really don't want anyone to feel like this is a building or a place that doesn't include everyone,
Okay.
so. Newsletter, I'm gonna turn it over to Reagan, because
right.
that's it about the newsletter, so if you do have articles or information you'd like in there, just let us know.
And I'd like to say it's well done before we go on, and it's very attractive for people
Yeah.
to want to read, so thank you very much.
So since it's in the newsletter, I won't go into too much detail about the reflections from March because they're all in the newsletter. There's little details about the turnout from all the events, but March was a busy month. Last time we had met, we had a couple of the programs we had scheduled for March, which I think was the laser tag and the dog training. We also did a compost and soil talk, and people had asked us to bring that back, so we will at some point be doing that again. We did the do-it-yourself Easter egg hunt. We gave out over 100 bags,
Over almost 200 bags.
almost 200 bags.
Wow, that's
so
great.
yeah, almost
Yeah,
200 bags. So gave out a lot of bags, and it was great because everybody that signed up picked them up. So we it was, I think there was
Made it
one.
easier.
Yes, so that was great. We had a fun minute to win at game night. There was a great turnout for that. Pictures with the bunny, a craft night. Military Museum is still gaining momentum. A lot of people of all ages are now coming to that. We had a little first grader come for the last military talk. It was very sweet.
Yeah,
Very
that's
sweet. And then we tried something a little new. We did a local advertising event here. We had about 24 tables with different programs and local businesses set up in the gym, and people could just walk through and get information about things that are offered in the community. It was not only was it great for the people that came from the outside, but for the people that had the tables, I noticed it was a great networking opportunity. A lot of people made connections. Of course, it was like the first sunny day we had in a slew of bad weather. So, but with that, it was still very well attended. So, this month, a lot of fun stuff happening. We did another spaghetti dinner. This time we did it with a trivia night.
I loved
How
it.
did that go? Did it go well?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
It was,
Yeah.
and you had a
Big.
bigger turnout too.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
served the food
Yes.
right here.
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot.
It's better than me being in the kitchen. Serving the food is a
Yeah.
little easier. Yeah.
You were
How was
very
the food?
good.
Was it
That's
delicious?
great.
Yeah. No, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We tried something new with the trivia.
Yeah.
But I think it was people stayed a little bit longer. You know, people were very engaged, and I saw new relationships being formed. My daughter sat with somebody at a table she had never met before, and by the end of the night, where they were buddies. So,
Can I just say about that spaghetti dinner, as you all know, our budget is very, very, very limited. So a community member and his family stepped up and paid for the entire dinner. So,
Oh, that's sweet.
isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
We are very fortunate. So, and they have committed to do more of them to help
That's awesome.
us and the community out. So
Nice.
we
Please
wholeheartedly thank them.
yeah, and we look forward to doing more. It's, you know, it's a great event. Last night we had our first ping pong tournament.
How'd it go?
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. We had 20 players.
Great.
We did rounds of doubles, we did a round of singles, and then there was about an hour of just people just practicing. We had a great donation of pizza from Ember, so we also were able to give people a little nourishment in between games.
Great.
So it was fun, and already been requested to do more. So
That's great.
right there in the multi-purpose room. April vacation, we have some things going on starting next week. Mad Science is coming back, and they're doing a flight. The flight stuff, which I think might, if the weather is nice, might involve a little outdoor demonstration. So I think I talked about this before. Local author Pamela Purdy, Birds in My Closet. I don't know if anybody has had a chance.
Yes.
I put it up at a bunch of places. It's
Yeah.
on our website. It's on our Facebook page. I put her link, and it gives a little kind of video about the book. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, she does a nice job.
She does a great job, and she has an art background. So after she does the book reading, she's going to do a craft.
Her icons are unbelievable. I've seen her.
Yeah. She's great. So that's going to be on the 18th at 2 o'clock. And then on the 18th in the evening, we're going to do a game night. That is just going to be a drop-in event. Games, board games, card games, just open to all. And I'm moving to the music on the Friday to wrap up. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing this. This is fantastic. Because I have the events, but I failed to put the time. So good.
Glad I could help.
Thanks. Last time we did a fitness program, it was for adults. This time it's for 4th to 8th graders, and it's more music, dancing oriented. So that'll be a lot of fun. That is not, you don't have to register for that. It's drop-in. It'll be in the multi-purpose room. It starts at 5 o'clock on April 19th. We'll do another military museum talk.
I don't have that one.
You don't have that one.
It should be right underneath that.
I got doubles of that.
Oh, fired.
I got it.
Oh, another military museum. I had that one. Cape Cod to Cradle Invasion. Or Cape Cod to Cradle Invasion. That's April 26th. That's at 2:30. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, we've kind of tried swapping the times between day and evening. We did that on purpose because we didn't know what worked for people's schedules, especially when we started these in the winter. It got dark so early. So this kind of gave anybody a chance to, if they couldn't make the day ones, that we also offered them in the evening. So this one will be at 2:30 on April 26th. We're also kicking off a new little series with Betty Trummel. She's going to be talking about some of her traveling experiences on April 30th at 2:30. Her first talk is going to be on Alaska. She's traveled by cruise ships, she's RV'd, she's hiked, she has all kinds of pictures and stories and slides from on Alaska, so she'll be sharing those, and that'll be kicking off April 30th, and she'll be doing a couple more in May. The 26th, did I? I did, I skipped the one. The Family Fun Friday on April 26th. Starting at 5:30, we're going to be utilizing the gym. From 5:30 to 6:30 is going to be open to everybody, and it's going to be stations of activities and games for all ages, family members. And then at 6:30, it's going to be just open gym from 6:30 to 7:30 to Harwich residents. So,
That's nice.
yeah. We are going to be participating in the wellness fair on the 27th over at the 204. We're going to hand out information, about our fitness room and programs that we have coming up. So we'll be over there. And then we have, I don't know if you want me to go down the list now, but we have 13 events coming up in May.
Oh, yay.
Book talks, crafts for Mother's Day. We are doing a job fair for teens, which Eric knows about. I think they're going to have a table set up there. A lot of local businesses in the community looking for summer help, so, and a lot of teens looking for jobs.
All right.
In May, we're going to also be starting. Did I tell you guys about the animal control series that we're going to be doing?
Oh, I don't remember.
So, Jen Harrington, for our animal control officer, has designed quite a series of talks that she would like to do with the community. She participated in the training one that we did here with Rigalto, and there was a lot of interest in her doing more. So she's going to be doing her first one in May, and the whole series is titled "Tail Scales and Wild Things, Oh My." And the first talk is going to be emergency preparedness for pets. So something people had a lot of questions about in our last talk.
Good idea.
On the 14th, we're going to do a garden cleanup outside. For volunteers are welcome to come help. We also have started accepting and taking volunteers' names to help maintain the rose garden for the summer. A lot of interested people. We had our first meeting, and we're kind of coming up with like a watering schedule, a maintenance schedule. So anybody who's interested in doing that is more than welcome to call and sign up, and definitely can.
You can send them down to my property after.
Yeah. Definitely come on the 14th. And although we've had some people out there working already, and it looks phenomenal out there. So Betty Trummel's going to do a couple more talks. She's part of an A to Z literacy program for teaching children in other countries how to read. So she's going to come speak to that. We're doing a little fairy series in May. We're going to do fairy door crafts with the kiddos, and then we're going to do, or adults, really, it's all ages. We're going to do a fairy door scavenger hunt from May 20th to 24th around the town of Harwich.
Nice.
So
fun.
yeah, it'll be fun. And then we're going to wrap it up on the 31st with a fairy party and movie night. So
That works for me.
kind of, yeah.
Get your wings ready.
Yeah.
So, and then at the end of the month, we're going to have another animal control talk. The Military Museum will be back. Betty Trummel's going to come talk about the Rocky Mountains. And I think I got all 13 events in there.
That's nice.
That's great.
What is happening is a lot of people are now coming to us.
Yeah.
And we're able to really see what the community wants to do for programs and events and one-off things. And we're being able to make it happen, so.
It's good because you reach different people with different interests.
Absolutely.
Reagan, would you be interested in a presentation of the national parks?
Sure, I
We
do.
had one of our softball players rent an RV and traveled alone for 3 months, and he hit every single one of the national parks.
Wow.
West, he went up the northern area, came around the south, and we saw it down in Florida when we were down there. He played softball down here with me, and he did the presentation, and with background music and really professional. If you're interested, they can have John
Yeah,
get
I
in
know
touch with you.
she's doing one on the Rocky Mountain National Park, but not the whole.
Yeah,
So
he
yeah,
went to
send-
7 or 8 national parks himself, and wonderful shots, beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful photography.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll have John get in touch with you.
Please, yes, that would be great.
It's wonderful. Okay, any other questions for Reagan?
Very nicely done.
Yeah,
Very
really,
nice.
Reagan.
Okay. Operations?
A lot of programs.
So I'm going to do building use and operations
building use, I'm sorry.
together.
Yep, sorry.
One of the things that we didn't mention about all the programs that we're doing is if you want to know why we run a community center, come to one of these events. At the ping pong game, there was an 11-year-old playing an 86. I apologize, 86 or 87.
He was fantastic.
Person and everyone in between, and it truly was the definition of a community center. And then you walked over to the gym, and in volleyball there was somebody who was 18 all the way up, and we're seeing more and more of that, and that is what we're trying to foster.
Intergenerational.
Exactly. No silos here in this building. We are breaking that down. And the reason that it's successful, I really wish that I could capture what it's like when you see that little 11-year-old high-fiving that 86-year-old. It is something to be said. And we're happy that Cape Media came and filmed some of our events. They're
Oh,
hearing
great.
about us and coming out. And so,
He
although...
actually filmed the whole tournament.
Right.
He was here and filmed the whole. It was
Quite
great.
frankly, I gotta tell you, from the guys that are in the league, and they're spread all over the place, okay? They look at this community center and they say, we have the best community center building and programs their towns don't have.
We're very
They're
fortunate.
very, very positive about this
Farsighted.
building and about everything that goes on here. I gotta tell you, they just love being here. They love coming here.
We're a pretty amazing community. I mean,
We
the
do.
people
That's
in the
what makes
community
it.
come to us and tell us. Yeah, it's not hard to put together when there's so many people.
Which is good.
I mean, we had yesterday at the ping pong tournament. I've never done a ping pong tournament. I mean, I know it's my job to run events, and I'll do any event you ask me to do. But I'm sitting here trying to do a bracket, and Phil McClung, I believe is his last name,
And his wife.
and his wife Denise. They volunteered their time and they were phenomenal. And yes, we would have run a successful program, but it was just so much more. They had brought experience to the table, having done it before.
Was that the gentleman I saw yesterday?
Yeah, running around.
Running around. He was putting up.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great, and he was here back today to talk about the next one. So it's
Good.
just
That's
the
great.
enthusiasm
Yeah.
and people being excited to share their talents to help us grow.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's nothing better than that, and it's why we do our. It's why I do my job.
Yeah.
On that note, I just wanna let you know that the softball league has now formed a co-ed league. We have a separate for the females. We have 15 females that have signed up. We have 7 that are already playing, but we have 15 new females that have
Nice.
come into the
This is
league
good.
and signed up. And we're looking for some men to start this co-ed program. Friday nights at Potterfield, every Friday night, complete with uniforms and everything else. And they're looking forward to getting this co-ed program moving forward.
It's good.
What's the age?
40, 30, 50 and up.
Young.
Yeah.
We may have to go down to 45 because we're having some trouble getting some of these guys to sign up.
We are still working on the bleachers. We're just waiting
Oh,
for the
right.
company. As soon as I get the date, I know Eric is on standby as well. It will be after town meeting and before the camp starts. That's the big scale. As soon as we narrow it down, we'll make those arrangements for everyone. Working with the facilities department on the carpeting in the community center, which is long overdue. Working with the health department on a community refrigerator for the community where they can just pick up fruits and vegetables and things that they need. And I mention those things because one of the things that we're also trying to do is reach out to all the other departments. And we're happy to say that we have great relationships with so many of them.
And I should have mentioned, not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, but I should have mentioned that the Teen Job Fair is a partnership with Youth and Family Services. So we are.
saw that,
We've been getting together on a regular basis and putting our heads together and collaborating on stuff.
Smart idea.
Because
That's a smart
more hands.
We need a lot of the kids working, boy. I'll tell you, the vacancies down, you go down to Shaw's, for example, and they need help down there, with some baggers and so on and so forth. It's unbelievable.
The business about the fridge was mentioned at the last select board meeting.
Yes, she.
Yeah,
She
I
got
met with
Carrie
her today.
there. Carrie got up. Yeah.
I was.
yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Yes. So, we're excited to be part of all of the different aspects of the town, and it really feels like the community comes here to get information and to relax and recreate here. So it's really doing what it was meant to do all those years ago.
Yeah.
Carolyn, if I can bring up a maintenance issue, I think we talked about it several years ago, about the mold and the mildew that's on the building. As you walk into the side building by the rec, if you look at that wall, it's loaded with mildew and so on. Can we get
It is on a schedule. It has been done before.
Yeah.
It is on a power wash schedule. I'll get
Okay.
the schedule from the facilities department, but it's done regularly.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
It's been such a wet winter, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably
And
exacerbated it.
spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for Carolyn?
One question, who won the tournament between the 11 and the 86-year-old?
The 11-year-old came in third, so he won the game that I was watching, that one. The 11-year-old did.
Yeah.
But then he lost to a woman who was, I don't know her age, I'm not gonna say it, but, but.
Who wasn't 11.
She was a seasoned.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Seasoned player?
player.
Older
yes,
than 11.
and she won, and she won on that one, and then
great.
she lost to the person who won the
It was
overall.
cool. The levels. There were beginners, and then there's some people that were like, we warmed up, that was fun. We're gonna go and leave the tournament for the people who have. It was just very relaxed, come and go type
That's
of
how it should be.
environment. Yeah.
So people learn and get together.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, any other questions first for Carolyn or Reagan before?
Nice job.
Anything other, anybody?
I was
wants
just,
to bring up?
did things go well, voting day, Tuesday?
They went very well. 295 people
Yeah.
voted. There is a new select board member in place.
Yeah.
And
For
we'll
4
be
months,
we'll be back
42
voting
days.
again
42
after
days.
the
43 days.
Outrageous.
after that. I had something under other. Somebody asked if Fridays are the best days for the community center facilities committee, and so I put that out there for people. If Fridays are the best day, great. If they're not, great.
Works for me.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem.
It works for me. I'm open if it needed to be changed.
Yeah, if it has, like, an individual meeting could get changed. if
Okay.
Some of us had,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
or just not come, but I'd rather be here.
We want you all here.
Yes,
We all-
Yeah.
Okay, that was my
Okay,
only
we got
thing.
that?
That's
Yeah, is
great.
that something we could, I don't know, just thinking with the open meeting, law, like I know we can't communicate outside of the meeting, but to arrange a date for a meeting if we had to
I can send you all information. You cannot respond all.
just reply
You
to
can
correct?
reply to me
Yeah,
and say,
So if somebody had
Tuesday is fine.
so if somebody had a specific conflict with a date, they could email you and then you could put it out to the group and get individual responses back.
You
and
can't,
try
you
to
can't
coordinate.
communicate with the board members, with members of the committee.
And if people have topics for the agenda that I'm not getting on there, please just reach out. I try and get the agendas out as early as possible, just so if something needs to change, we can do it. And I did want to, before we leave, say thank you to the Harwich channel. They're always so great about publicizing our events and helping us with this room, so.
Do you have a deadline for when you want agenda items in prior to getting on to the members of the commission?
I like it, I like it at least a week and a half because I have to send it out.
We're gonna have prior to the meeting.
I'm sorry, yes,
We're gonna have prior to your meeting, your scheduled meeting.
yes.
Okay.
I didn't follow what that was.
A
I'm
week
so
and a
sorry.
half before, if there's an
have an agenda
item.
So it's
you need to get
posted.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
because I need to post it.
Right, got it.
And I hate to, I cannot post late. I just can't with
Breaks.
Okay, we'll just quickly go around the room. Is there anything, we'll start off?
All set,
Like
thank you.
to share?
Nothing, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Anything? Okay, thank you to everybody. We appreciate it. Our next meeting is scheduled for May 10th. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
Second?
Vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye, okay.
All
The
right.
meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And have a happy vacation with your children, both Reagan and